This is Agritalk Africa, the podcast that puts farmers first. We go beyond the headlines to bring you authentic conversations with people driving change in African agribusiness. From financial literacy to climate-smart farming, from the challenges of rural financing to the triumphs of innovation. We educate, we inform, and we inspire. Welcome to Agritalk Africa, where agriculture meets action.
Okay. Doc, maybe in our conversation, I've heard you say it's easy for a commercial farmer to walk into a financial institution, sit down with the manager of that institution, or it could be a bank or whatever, and then they can discuss business and he can walk out smiling because a loan has been granted to him.
Correct.
Why? I believe they understand agriculture or farming as a business.
Yes.
But to our smallholder farmers, that's not what it is. Would we say them not understanding agriculture or farming as a business has also contributed to them not really to value the loans that they may get even from SAF? Can that also be one of the contributing factors? Because they don't really understand farming as a business?
It's an interesting question, that one. I want on the other side, I'm thinking of saying yes, but again, on the
And
other
then
side,
you want to say no as well?
No. Why am I thinking of saying no? There's been organization, or rather projects, that we've had under the Ministry of Agriculture. For example, ESAP, it was called ESAP, Enhanced Smallholder Agriculture Promotion Program, something like that.
Yes.
What they were doing, there was a model. I was one of the facilitators there.
Okay.
And what we used to do, there's a model that we used to use, which was called FABS, Farming as a Business. Those were schools, FABS, Farming as a Business School.
Okay.
So right now, I think under colleagues from the Department of Agriculture, there's also another model that we use, or rather an approach.
Yes.
Called FFS.
Okay.
Farmer Field Schools.
Yes.
So those are smaller groups where you bring farmers of the like mind and then teach them of the technologies that are prevailing at the moment.
Okay.
Any other knowledge, maybe technology that you want to sell out, you teach them in a smaller group. It's easy for adoption. So now, why am I saying somehow no? Is that there's been these, I think we've tried. There's been a lot of programs from the private sector. There are other institutions that I've heard of. Apollo Agriculture is doing well. Recently, they just told us that they have covered over 20,000 farmers who they are giving access to credit in terms of loans, and they are giving extension advisory. They are working with our ministry. They also employ their own extension officers.
Okay.
What are they doing? They are not just watching farmers, they are teaching them.
Yes.
So now, what could be the problem? Maybe it's just an issue of where a farmer behaves in a different way by refusing to accept or to understand. Sometimes I really want to think. I've been into academia where you are teaching these students.
Yes.
There are some that you are seeing that there's it's very serious resistance. I'm trying to talk, I'm trying to teach. I use diagrams, pictorial. I would talk, but still
they don't want to comprehend.
They're so rigid to understand.
Yes.
So now I'm thinking, where have we gone wrong? Where have we gone
If at all we've gone wrong.
Tanzania, the other season, they just produced about 11,000 metric tons of maize. I mean, 11 million
yes.
metric tons. And that's the year we had, was a drastic year, about 1.5 million metric tons. What right things are they doing, which we are not doing here?
Exactly.
Access to credit, we've come in, we've spoken to banks, they are doing it. Very well. We're also doing it. So now, and the season, for example, like this one, it was very good and perfect.
Yes.
Still, we cannot reach 10 million metric tons. So where are we going wrong? So I'm still thinking it's an uptake of the technologies from the farmers. We have tried. Agriculture as a ministry has tried. Government has tried. The other sectors, they have tried. Private sector is out there.
Yes.
So I still don't understand. Even where the season is perfect, but still production or productivity is very low. 1.6 metric tons per hectare is way below.
Yes.
So for me, I think maybe some kind of rejection. I think they are just not wanting to help producing. So maybe they have not really taken up the importance of taking agriculture as a business.
Seriously?
I'm seeing a very serious challenge. I think now we're having a challenge between agriculture and mining.
Okay.
Mining now, I'm seeing almost everyone now abandoning the farms. I've seen this. I'm a former DACO for one of the districts.
Okay.
in Central Province, also like Mumbwa,
Yes.
where I could see now my farmers abandoning the fields which they used to use for agriculture purpose. They just come and say, no, I have a machine. It signaled that there's gold here. They start doing mining.
That's quick money.
Meaning they are opting to go for mining gold and any other minerals rather than going into agriculture. When mining, it will need them to process. Market is also a challenge.
Yes.
But agriculture, you can live with it for years.
Yes.
You will live with it for years because you just be liming your fields, maintaining them, doing some agroforest on it. It will be there and keeping you. Some of us have been brought up through agriculture. Our parents practice agriculture. They've taken us to school. We are who we are today because of agriculture. So I think it's just not being serious with that category of farmers. I don't know what we need to do better. Maybe our approach in terms of what we teach them to say, take farming as a business, maybe it's not enough.
We need to add something.
I think we need to add something in terms of sensitization and awareness. Let's get down to them. Let's not just speak through the media, TV, radio. Farmers, the way I understand and believe them, farmers believe in seeing.
One-on-one.
That's how come when you talk to the seed companies, they always want to go on the ground and prepare what we call demo plots and showcase to them, say, this is a new variety that we are releasing this year. This is how it performs. When you apply fertilizer at such a time, actually, when you prepare your land like this, when you plant on such a date, when you weed like this, when you apply your basal dressing like this, when you apply your top dressing like this, and when you harvest like this, your crop or your harvest will give you so much tonnage. I think that's what we need to do. We need to set up a lot of demos out there in the fields where there are farmers. Okay. Then here's a challenge.
Yes, though.
I've been writing a lot of articles as well on Daily Mail, Times of Zambia. I've been a columnist on those newspaper for
yes, though.
Yeah. I've been writing about, considering the comparative advantages of these regions. We have 3 agroecological regions.
Yes.
Okay? We have agroecological region 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
But we have this blanket kind of thinking that maize crop can do better in the whole country.
Across.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
That is not true. I can argue with anybody that I would want to sit with here. Soybeans cannot grow everywhere in the country.
There's a specific region for
exactly.
Okay.
It has its requirements. So why can't we use that comparative advantage? For example, let me just give you maybe one example.
Yes, though.
You have Western Province.
Yes.
The soils there, they are mostly sandy. I'm saying mostly, meaning not the entire Western Province. It's mostly sandy.
Yes.
And the areas which are flooded with full of water, obviously those ones you just want to say, why can they do fish production?
Yes.
If not, why can they do rice production?
Yes.
You end there. Come to the southern region. There are areas where, maize crop, soybeans does better. Yeah, especially maize and livestock, because culturally also that's what they believe into.
Yes.
Why can't you then support them towards maize and livestock?
Yes.
Because they'll do better there. They'll give you. Market is everywhere. Congo is everywhere. All weather friend in terms of market.
Yes.
Come to the central region. They're serious farmers. And soybeans has always been one of the serious crop which they produce in Central Province, as well as maize. So support them towards that. Move to the northern region. You want to take maize there? Sure, you've seen. They are not my cousins, but they have good friends there. I always tell them that concentrate on what does better there. And you are going to scale up your livelihood.
Yes.
Give them rice. Water bodies are plenty on the northern region.
Exactly.
Give them fish production.
Yes.
They will do better and excel in that. Besides that, there's also cassava. That's a point which I brought along the way when we are discussing that identification of value chains, or rather prioritization of value chains, is key in agriculture. In rather agribusiness. You will not just say, because it's maize that we eat the whole country, then you take it everywhere.
No.
You'll be wasting inputs because it does not, the soils around there and rather even the culture around there does not support that product. Give them what they request, then they'll give you the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think going forward, that will be implemented.
Exactly.
And we'll certainly...
And I would be happy to see that. Because believe you me, you will see that cassava blossom, because there are areas that just want cassava. Soybeans, you see that do blossom, will produce also huge quantities. Maize, even livestock in terms of beef and as well rice. Yeah. If you prioritize these regions where they have the comparative advantage of a certain value chain,
Yes.
then you get the best out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we can do that as government, or government can do that, let the private sector spur that idea. Me, I'm throwing it out. And we have a lot of sectors that are able to draw, or rather give those notions
Yes.
in terms of how they understand the regions.
Yes, Doc. Okay, so well explained. I believe as we move on, those regions that support different agriculture produce will certainly be prioritized. This is AgriTalk Africa, and we talk agriculture. And don't forget that my guest today is Dr. Mainza. Right here, we are discussing and conversating different issues in agriculture.
Yes.
So, Doc, I think let's delve into a different way altogether. Let's look at the youth involvement in agriculture, because when we look at our country, much of it, or the population, let me put it like, the population is much of the youth.
Exactly.
And we need these youths to be involved in agriculture.
True.
So from your own perspective and from your own understanding, how have we fared in terms of involving the youths in agriculture right here in our nation?
This is a category,
Yes.
or class of people that are a little bit difficult. Why are they difficult? They are still in the discovery mode.
Yes.
Okay, that's for the youths. Very difficult to manage. Yeah, very difficult to manage, but again, very easy once you convince them. That's
Okay.
the goodness of them. What you need to do is speak to them. What I mean speak to them is provide what answers to their needs and desires. Then you have them at your disposal. So there's been a lot of interventions, okay? Not only in agriculture, but across all sectors
Yes, Doc.
that speak to the youths.
Yes.
I think they command, out of the 19.6 million that we have, or rather maybe just say around figure 20 million
Yes.
population of people that we have in the country as Zambia.
Yes.
The larger population are the youths
Yes.
and the women. Okay? Men, I think we are very few,
Yes.
for reasons which are not known. I wouldn't comment, I don't know. Yeah, so the youths are the majority. And there's been models that I've always talked about that. Let's bring them closer. Let's ask them what they need. Where are the gaps in terms of giving them support? Which areas do they want? Because you not impose something on them. If you impose something on me, I'll not take it up. I'll do it for you.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I'll do it for you. We've seen children where, Benjani, you have said, okay, I want you to buy a chemical engineering. That's your son. And he had his own way of thinking. He wanted
Yes.
to be probably maybe an economist like me.
Or a doctor.
Or a doctor. But because you've pushed him, he will go and study.
Yes.
After 4 years, he comes back and say, Daddy, I'm done with your paper. Now can I go and do my medicine? Sheer waste of time and resources.
Yes.
So what are we saying is that the larger population we have are the youths and women.
Yes, Doc.
So these youths have been engaged in a lot of agricultural activities.
Yes,
Why?
Doc.
Because we believe they are the most energetic. They are still very active.
Yeah.
So if we engaged well, given the right tools, given the right inputs, given the right knowledge, they are going to increase production and productivity in our country.
Okay.
And will benefit as a country.
Yes.
Then the very same youths, we are saying that they are easy to convince
Okay.
in the correct way. Because why? Their minds are still active.
Yes.
And since it's the active age group, we have provided, access to what they may need. There are a lot of institutions. Talk about CEC.
Yes.
They have a lot of facilities that speak to agriculture, that speak to SMEs, that speak to micro SMEs. And we've told these youth to say, form groups. In my PhD, my MSc and other studies, I've studied mostly in the areas of cooperatives.
Yes, Doc.
Looking at the power of cooperative.
Yes.
We talk about always the bargaining power
Yes.
when you are in groups. it's easier even for government or for any other institution, even private sector, to help you when you're organized as a group than just to give an individual. An individual, you go and pocket. It will be difficult even for me again to monitor.
Yes.
But there's what we call group collateral when you work in a group. Even when I give you something or a loan, you get as a group.
Yes, Doc.
You in a group, you will not default because there will be somebody again who will be pushing you and say, can you pay back because you put us in problems.
Yes.
There's that power to push each other. So it's easier. So we've told them, we've made it easy. I think you've seen the other ministries like Minister of SME. They are pushing them towards this agenda for the youth, support the youths.
Yes.
A lot of programs are there to support the youths. What we just want to see from them now is that let them adhere. Okay? Let them adhere. Let them be good candidates, good farmers, good institutions that will be able to, challenge government and say, if you continue helping us even more in this line to open up companies that will be putting up some value addition to a lot of producers that you have, that will be doing the mining, that will be doing the agricultural hubs, that will be providing aggregation to what the farmers produce. The ones that will be, at the end of the day, will be now the ones to bring in serious investors in the country and say, look, we are able to aggregate such a tonnage of maize. What we want now is to be milling.
Yes.
Bring us a milling plant.
Yes.
They come and give them. Okay? They say, no, we are able to provide market to the farmers. So we want the other kind of farmers or women to go and produce more because we are here.
Yes.
Give us, the crushers.
Yes.
So that we're able to produce oil.
We'll give them.
For sunflower and what. You give them. Yeah. So I think this is an age group that just needs extensive support, but also monitoring. Because if left very much alone and checked, they're a dangerous group again. No wonder I said they are still in the discovery mode.
Yes.
You give them an equipment here, but because they've heard that tomorrow, the other side there's mining. There's gold in the casino.
They will abandon
that and then go the other
and
side.
rush for gold.
Yeah.
Because it's easy money.
Exactly. So it's a very good age group to take a ride on.
Yes.
Like I said, the youths and
Doc.
the women for me.
Okay.
Women have proved it very well. We've done studies in Asia, Singapore, Vietnam, these other countries, China and Japan, that the women-led groups, they've always managed to pay back. Very successful.
Yes.
And some of them, I think there's one where I saw, is it in Kenya also? They even managed.
Yes.
Out of a cooperative, they went to the bank and borrowed money. They've even built flats where they are now, accommodating students at a university. This is a cooperative.
Wow.
Out of a cooperative model.
That's good.
So for them, there's less cheating. There's power in terms of working together. They less differ. As compared to us men, I think men, we have a lot of challenges. No wonder rigidity and wanting to stand alone. Yeah.
Okay, Doc. I'm told there's a saying, no man is an island.
Exactly.
And of course, Zambia is not an island as well.
Yeah.
So, Doc, looking beyond Zambia, what are some of regional best practices that we should think we can adopt to strengthen youth movement in agriculture in our own country?
Wow. Okay. Kenya is one of the best countries to benchmark for me.
Yes.
Also Nigeria,
okay.
But it has a very huge population such that you may not even discover some certain good things which are done there. Very huge population.
Yes.
I'm trying to be closer as possible, not just within the continent, but outside. Go to Asia, go to China. Most of the banks you are seeing, they've come out of agriculture.
Okay.
There they have tailor-made banks. Okay. Talk about mining. Just even in Germany, mining, they have a bank that speaks to the mining sector because they understand the products which are in mining. Even when you go to borrow towards something, they understand that they will advise you better.
Yes.
Agriculture in China, they have banks that speak just to agriculture.
Yes, Doc.
They understand the interest rates, what the challenges, cost of production, which is involved for you to be in agriculture. So they will advise you correctly. So some youth movements around these cities or these countries is very strong, where agriculture is doing well.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, they've also taken advantage that this category of people, for the youths, is quite productive. In that they are very active. They are still active. So as long as you are able to convince them, challenge them that this model that we want you to adopt is for the betterment and for the good of your own, they will adopt it and they'll perform better.
Okay.
Yeah. So certain youth movements, for example, just trying to challenge them to form up the cooperative model,
Yes.
form up registered groups,
Yes.
okay, and then teach them that it's not just supposed to end as a cooperative. The
Yes.
cooperative is a limited institution.
Okay.
It's a limited company.
Yes,
Even
Doc.
right now here, it's a limited company. So that tells you that you can go beyond just farming.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be able to do business. Register, because it's a registered entity that brings individuals together. I've been to Malawi. Yeah, I've been to South Africa. I've been to Kenya. I've seen they are strong in the circles, what we call circles.
Okay.
Those are cooperatives.
Yes.
Yeah, they are cooperative unions. Okay? These are savings groups that have come in together with a like-minded mind to say they want to grow. Okay? Others would want to mention them maybe starting from what we may call village banking.
Yes.
With me, I would call them cooperatives. Those are cooperatives.
Okay.
Individuals who have just come together because they have something in common. Okay? There's some heterogeneous thinking within them, okay, on how they want to drive their production, how they want to drive their agenda.
Yes, Doc.
So they will come and say, we are a dairy cooperative. So all they'll be doing is just supporting, going to seek finances, have the dairy animals produce, make money, share. Okay, they're also buying shares. Then they're whilst growing as at an individual level, because you are getting what the benefits of the cooperative. You're also growing a cooperative. At the end of the day, those are the ones that have formed up what we may call the agricultural banks.
Okay.
So the youths are quite strong in these nations that I've mentioned, like Malawi. They've come up with circles.
Okay.
They have serious aggregation hubs in Malawi, where they are now even, besides aggregating, they're also lending out finances, money. They're
Okay.
giving out loans to their own, to themselves as farmers within the groups. So there's potential in riding on this category of group.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is AgriTalk Africa, where we talk agriculture, delving into serious conversations, not only Zambia's agriculture, but of course beyond the borders. So viewers, you can subscribe to our channel, that is Agricoop News, and of course be able to access these podcasts. Just like I told you, we are discussing and conversating different agriculture issues. My guest today is Dr. Mainza, and we are still deep in these conversations. Doc,
Hi, Benjamin.
let's talk about value addition. I know this is one of the pertinent components of agriculture, that which brings value to the produce, and therefore encourages growth into those that are adding value to their produce. So just as we talk into this value addition, most of these African countries, they're not into this.
Not at all.
And what could be the missing link? Why are we not? We are producing quite okay.
Yeah.
But we leave it at raw stage. We would rather sell the produce at raw stage, and we don't add value. Doc, what could be the missing links to this? And for our own country like Zambia, what steps can we take to improve agro-processing?
Like you said, I think in the continent, I think there's still a huge gap.
Yes, Doc.
There's still a very serious gap.
Yes, Doc.
I used to feature on a certain channel for, I think, called Central TV for Nigeria in Lagos.
Yes, Doc. Yes.
As one of the discussants from the SADC region here, Southern region.
Yes.
And I remember talking vividly on the gap that we have seen, that despite having a very, very good terrain, topography, good climatic and weather conditions in Africa, but Africa is still one of the huge importer of agricultural produces.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of billions going out of the continent. When we have water, abundant water, abundant land, surface land for cultivation, but we still import. We don't know where the gap is. Whether we are being lazy or we are just rejecting to change. So now, let's talk about value addition.
Yes, Doc.
Yeah, there's been a gap in terms of value addition.
Yes.
Yeah, generally in Africa, and to be precise, in our country, Zambia.
Yes, Doc.
So I've always spoken to, the challenge that we keep seeing. It's not just agriculture. I always want to hit the mining sector as well.
Yes.
Why? Because I think the mining sector, what's happening in the mining sector is very closely related to the agriculture sector.
Okay.
We would produce a lot of tonnage, but what do we see? We want to export when we have excess. The raw materials to go in each state.
Yeah.
Okay. We are mining copper. We are mining. So what you may mention the gold and other precious minerals.
Yes.
But we are exporting them in their raw state. So similarly to agriculture, when we are mining now, use mining, not producing. When we are mining maize, mining soybeans, mining sunflower. Look, it's not just a grain that you must see from there. When you add value, if you have to go to the milling plants, they'll tell you that out of the grain that you take there, there are almost 3 to 4 products that comes out of that. There's bran. It's not for free, it's sold.
Yes.
Botswana is our nearby market.
Yeah.
Okay? Those ones depend on agriculture, livestock.
Livestock, yes.
So there's already ready market there. So bran comes out of the grain. Then there's also that, the medium grain that is crushed, that is used for, I think we've seen Zambia and Africa is using it for, there's that produce, Chiwanto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it comes out of the grain as well.
Yes.
Then you also have milling meal. You can mention them.
Yes.
Yeah, the maize flour.
Yes.
So there are a lot of products that comes of that. So when you are selling or exporting maize in its raw form as a grain, you must know that you are giving your friend, the ones that are buying, you are giving them bran to go and make money. You are giving them the middle grain to go and make money.
Yes.
You are giving them also the maize meal to go and make money. Yeah. So there's a benefit out of that. Same as with exporting soybeans.
Yes.
They're going to crush. They will have what we call soya cake, which is fed to livestock.
Yes.
Chicken and cattle. You also have now the oil that comes out of that.
Yes.
So there's a lot. So we need to be seeing beyond just exporting these grain or raw materials in their own state like that. So here has been a challenge and an opportunity. It's actually an opportunity for the country. It's an opportunity for the SMEs. It's an opportunity for the MSMEs. As you are seeking for finance, look into those opportunities that we can set up a plant, we can set up an industry. And then we'll be the ones now who will be off-takers, providing market whilst doing good to yourself. Okay, adding value to this.
Okay,
the mangoes, the rose. Those fruits that we see. Tomatoes which are just rotting.
Yeah,
being sold to Kasumbalesa in their raw state. You can do a lot of pests. It pains me even to see sometimes just those sachets of salt and other things that we are always importing when we have the capacity. Okay, it's just a matter of how much we can engage with the possible and possible investors to give us what we need, and then we begin adding value. There's power in adding value because you keep almost everything. Believe you me, when you see the raw materials that we export outside, they go and finish the produces there, they add value, then the finished products come back in the country. They don't come cheaper, remember? Because there's a cost of adding value.
Okay.
So they come in expensive.
Yes.
So you are buying something almost twice which you produced yourself. Isn't that painful?
Very painful.
That's very painful. So that's how come now we need to start realizing and imagining that if we could produce by ourselves, adding value by ourselves, and then we sell finished products.
Okay.
The neck chains, all those earrings and so forth. Now we begin exporting those ones.
Okay.
We are going to do justice to our economy.
Maybe if I can say, do we have enough support for these SMEs? We've seen less value addition.
Yes.
Maybe I was thinking at the back of my mind, probably these SMEs, they lack support in terms of it could be accessing equipment, or maybe is it the facilities or finance for value addition? Do we have that enough support for them?
I think we have enough support.
Okay.
But then the challenge that I would want to throw is that I think it's just the cost of borrowing, which is quite high.
Okay.
We've done studies where we've seen that the cost of borrowing is still very high in our country.
Okay.
So there could be groups, the SMEs, the MSMEs, who are willing to go into value addition. Value addition, what you need is equipment. Remember, it's equipment.
Yes.
And equipment does not come cheap and easy.
No.
You need issues of collateral, you need to showcase that you can perform, you are well organized, but it comes at a cost that it does not give them room to grow at an individual level. So I think the cost of borrowing is still very high for these SMEs. Otherwise, the financial institutions are available and they have space where they can, it's more or less like equipment to asset financing. They have that.
Okay.
And also we have programs, like I mentioned, under government, like CEC is doing that. Now local government has a platform also through under CDF. Means of Agriculture has that.
Yes.
So I think there's enough support.
Okay.
What we need is just now, groups have to be able to stand up, have a very good model that when an institution looks at it, they will see viability in that.
Okay.
And then they'll be willing, they'll be challenged and say, nothing is wrong from this model. They just need monitoring, supervision, and backstopping. Then they can do it. They'll be able to pay back.
Okay.
Then when they want to move to a larger scale, that's where now you have other institutions that you can walk to and say, help us to look for an investor who's willing to come and put up a huge plant. Otherwise, no support for me is there, but they are not doing enough to convince the lender. Here, there's an issue of a lender and a borrower. A lender is not looking so much for something because they know that it's them who have money, which is going to be at risk. So it's you to convince them that I'm able to do it. Give me and I'll pay back.
Yes.
Yeah. So support is there for me, but they need to a bit, increase their gears and present the viable business proposals and business plan.
I love when you give an assurance that support is certainly there.
Sure.
Doc, in our conversation and as we continue conversating and looking at these different issues, at some point you spoke about marketing. You start with marketing before you produce.
Exactly.
Yes. Now, on the side of markets, how are we ensuring that farmers, our own farmers, and the processors, I know processors, they are there.
Yes.
Yes. So how are we ensuring that our farmers and processors can access reliable, profitable markets, both locally and regionally? How are we making this be available to these farmers and processors, the market itself?
Yeah. Market access is one of the parameters which contributes to growth at individual level and at national level.
Yes, though.
So I think government always provides, a thriving environment for the producer.
Yes.
We would want to be an off-taker. Okay, we are here talking about agriculture.
Yes, though.
So we always want to provide, who support our farmers with inputs to produce. And we are always there to be an off-taker, meaning profitable and viable market.
Yes.
We offer for your information, we are one of the best off-takers on the market as government. Because we go to areas where you and ex-private buyer may not reach.
The far-flung areas?
Exactly. We get there. You'll be running away from the cost of transporting your commodity. But as government, we are never worried. Because we know that at the end of the day, it's us who are pushing you to increase production. Now, we need viable market.
Yes.
Because when there's viable market, we have the so-called aggregators.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
The aggregators are the ones who supply even to the ones that add value. Who are the processors? There's always a very good story when you are reading or talking about Trade Kings. Right now is a $1 billion company.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And those guys, if you are to follow them, I think I was reading something about them. That it started sometime. This may not be very accurate, but I'm saying about.
Okay.
I don't want to be held liable, but look, we are saying that Trade Kings began just as a garage company, somewhere around 1995.
Okay.
I think I've read around this thing.
Yes.
Started around 1995, running just as a garage, aggregating, selling, distributing, things like that. Today, they are all over, commanding the markets of the Congo.
Yes,
DRC.
yes, they are. Yeah.
Quite huge.
Yes.
And they are doing value addition. Trade Kings, we could see. I think I remember those days. The boom.
The boom, yes.
19 hours. We'll be running to the TV, sitting to watch those adverts. Boom,
yes,
boom.
yes.
They've branded all our homes.
Yeah.
Why am I talking about this? It's visibility, it's market access.
Yeah.
So how you package, how you sell yourself is very, very key and very, very important. Issues of quantity and quality, they are very key. So we provide quality market, we provide viable market as government, and also the private sector is there.
Yeah.
To bridge the gap where government ends, they also take up. They complement, and we must commend them and appreciate them.
Yes.
Because together we offer and support our smallholder farmer as well as the commercial farmers.
Okay.
So, in a nutshell, look, we will not just look at within the country, issues of market, but also how is Zambia faring with the neighboring countries. You've seen, I think there's been a proclamation of the African free trade.
Yes.
A very key sector, or a very key, trajectory that is being pushed. It's an agenda being pushed by the head of states within the country. We must be able to say when you run or produce a certain product, you must be able to move it into Congo because that's where you are found market smoothly without infringements. Okay, you must be able to move it into Tanzania and interchange like that. If we are producing soybeans here, which is being needed, there's a deficit in Congo. You must take it freely there and supply. They are producing something else, let's say maybe sunflower, and which is a deficit here, they have a surplus there. It must be able to move in and come here nicely, okay, without any restrictions and any challenges. So we must push towards such kind of trajectory. What's just key is to have what we call the bilateral, relations. They must be positive and encouraging, such that you are able to support each other. Communicate. We do communicate, for example, on issues of trade. Like I said, I run around issues of domestic and international trade. So meaning we speak with colleagues in the region as well as outside. What have you produced in excess there? Probably is what is in deficit here. And then we organize the off-takers within. Those that want to import, they import.
Okay.
Then what we have in excess also, we export. So there's an exchange. By doing so, you are strengthening the bilateral relations. There's what we call B2B as well as B2G and also G2G. For example, just last year into this year, when we had a serious challenge in terms of maize production, we were importing maize from Tanzania. They made us survive. It was quite rough, very rough, but we've survived here. We are still going strong. Why? Because we're able to lock into G2G business, government to government, at a well-bargained price. And we've survived and we've managed to support our people.
Doc, you've touched the issue of trade within the African region, that is the African continent. It brings me to ask a question from our own country here. In terms of the industries and the products that we produce here in Zambia, do you believe, Doc, that we have these products here in Zambia and indeed in Africa? Are we best placed to lead in regionally or globally? Do we have those products that we can export?
I've read your question already. I think I've read your mind. We have value chains that are able to command the region. We always say Africa must trade within herself.
Doc.
Meaning even Zambia must trade within herself. What does it mean? Is that let me not see you as a competitor or as an enemy. If I'm able to produce and you are you are a possible off-taker, we must do business within ourselves.
Doc.
Amicably. Okay? Then even at continental level, within ourselves, Ghana must do business with Zambia. Zambia must do business with South Africa. South Africa must do business with Congo, like that. So now, look, we're talking about value chains that have a comparative advantage over the other areas. So I could give very slight examples. Zambia currently, we are commanding the seed industry. We are commanding, no doubt. Why? I'll tell you that Zambia is exporting. We are producing enough seed in terms of maize. We are producing enough to export. We export seed to Congo. We export seed to Cameroon. We export seed to North Africa, Tunisia, Morocco. We export seed now even into Europe. That's worthy commendable. We must commend what the seed industry is doing. The ministry, which is spearheading that sector, it must be commended for the job well done. So we are commanding the seed industry. So that is already the comparative advantage that we have because the soils around here, the climatic conditions are quite favorable. For each and every company. We've seen recently, we saw the head of state going to launch a mega plant right in Central Province in Kabwe. For bear. That's a seed processing company. Very huge. I think German based also. Very huge. So these industries or companies, they've come to set up their industries in Zambia because it's quite favorable to do business now here. It's very promising. We have one of the sectors, which is seed industry, which I've talked about, which we are commanding, and then we are now, meaning we are the focal point institution or focal point country to do business with in terms of seed. We have the sorghum value chain, for me, which is really undermined, but it has a potential.
Okay.
You can, on the sides, talk to Zambian breweries, probably even Trade Kings. There are a lot of drinks which they are using. They are brewing beer, the soft drinks as well as the hard drinks. They ride on sorghum, they ride on millet.
Yes, Doc.
Those are the very, very key and important value chains which have been kind of not really explored. We need to explore those ones and then commercialize them, because they are very, very important. We are saying that Trade Kings is now exporting, taking their product into the neighboring countries. Why? Because we have the environment where we are able to produce these raw materials which are used to add value and take the finished products into the neighboring countries.
Yes, Doc.
So I've just mentioned of the seed industry, the sorghum industry, as well as the sorghum and millet sectors, which are some of the important value chains for me that I think we need to explore and commercialize. Let's commercialize those ones. There could be others, but I'm just giving an example of the three.
Okay. I like the issue of exploring. If I remember correctly, or if my mind serves me better, which I believe it does, there was a deal concerning exporting of goats. Should be to Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes,
you're right. You're right.
But that deal, I don't know how it just died out. Don't we have that capacity to save that country in terms of the numbers of goats that they require?
We have a lot of trade protocols now that have come in place.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Botswana, I think we have a trade protocol which was just signed as well, for us to be the mega exporter of avocado. Maize bran. Just bran.
Okay. Maize bran. Yes.
Maize bran, wheat bran, what? Because we are able to produce here. They are in the desert.
Yes.
And they depend on livestock.
Exactly.
So meaning it's only us now to give them that product.
Yes.
I think recently, there was another protocol that was signed with China to export, should be honey.
Yes.
As well as soybeans.
Okay.
So those are markets, what we may call market access in agriculture. We call it market access. Yeah, we're exploring those markets that are available. To say we are able to produce, and we are already producing in excess. Give us the market. When you mean market, is that give us the opportunity to sell you at such a kind of a price. And then government comes in now to design a policy that now the private sector will come and ride on. You say you are able now to export your honey to China as long as you meet this. Look for those ones who are buying that side. They will give you their requirements, their criteria to say it must be of A grade,
all the standards,
quality, and to meet the standards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very key. So I must not forget by answering what you actually asked. Yes. I just brought in this other issue, but the issue was on Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
It should have been in the previous government where there was a deal which was locked to say, Zambia, we have the potential. So many goats have moved out there. I think for goats, they don't have a region. They are able to be reared in all the region, northern, southern, central, western.
Yes.
There are plenty goats.
Okay.
But then can we get the hybrids from Namibia?
Okay.
They have hybrids, the Boer goats and whatever.
Even South Africa?
Bring them, even South Africa. Bring them here, crossbreed, so they're able to live up to standard in terms of disease resistance and other issues. Good meat quality. Then there was market which was locked with Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Whether it was to take about 3,000 or 3 million, I don't know, something like that.
It was 2 million.
Somewhere there.
Yes.
But we failed. I think Zambia, sorry, we may not be laughing stock, but I don't know whatever happened. We did not export not even a single goat. So whatever transpired, I don't know.
Yeah.
So sometimes, we tend to relax so much. It's the head of state and let me just say the government. They'll just move in and create an environment for you. Secure market for you in agriculture. But do you expect the president again or the government to come and export on your behalf?
No.
It's you now, farmers, to take that advantage.
Okay.
Leverage that advantage, the opportunity which has been opened.
Yeah.
The opportunity of market.
Leverage on that.
Leverage on that one. Okay. And then you explore. You grow as a farmer, you grow as a country.
Yes, Doc. I love that explanation on the Zambia having the potential to export that which we produce here. So looking at on a larger perspective, what's your outlook in terms of intra-African trade and the role of agribusiness in building food systems that serve our continent sustainably? What from your own perspective?
All right. Yeah, a very composed question, of course. I think that one is more on the checks and balances to say, what are we doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
we are talking about agribusiness, but are we doing agribusiness? Okay. So, African free trade. I think what we are currently doing, from where I stand, we are providing the environment that is quite suitable.
Okay.
For the producers.
Yes, Doc.
For the suppliers, as well as the off-takers to be able to converge and do business in the agriculture sector.
Yes.
Okay. Whilst providing what is needed for the country and for the continent. So now, look, we are saying that agribusiness as a sector.
Yes.
Agribusiness as an institution. Okay, we are saying that it's a hub where we need to bring all the players together to agree on certain terms. Driving the vehicle of agriculture. Agribusiness, we are trying to drive the vehicle of agriculture. What am I saying is that from the ones that produce,
yes, Doc,
how must they look at their farming trajectory all the way up to where they are now beginning to rake some income?
Yes.
So that's what now actually we as the agribusiness specialists, okay, spearheading the agribusiness sector are doing.
Yes.
So what we are doing is to bring, the business personnel from all the sectors, rather in country and outside the country, to speak to one another.
Yes.
We want them to agree and see opportunities from the other colleagues.
Yes, Doc.
They share the challenges which they are finding, which they are encountering. And then they also share the possible solutions which they are encountering, or which they may have. And it's only by doing so, when we bring them together, either by means of having training workshops, having conferences. I think what we're doing is actually we are trying to improve in having, we've been calling on finance conferences.
Yes.
We've been having economic summits. We've been having economic symposium. We've been having recently, I think we had, we are working so very well with cooperating partners. Just to make mention, we work very, very well with GIZ.
Okay.
German-based institution or sector.
Yes.
That actually helps in a lot of areas. Policy development, policy reforms, also just to develop the framework that support the agriculture sector in the finance sector as well as in the production sector.
Yes.
FAO, World Food Program, we are working very well with them. Yeah, they are helping us, they are supporting us where, in terms of capacity building, trainings, technical support, we are working together in those areas.
Yes.
Not forgetting WFP.
Okay.
I don't know whether I've mentioned FAO as well as WFP.
Yes.
Just to mention a few.
Yes.
These are some of the sectors that we work very closely with. And when we are working closely with, we give them areas where we have deficiency.
Yes.
And then they come in and give us a backing.
Okay.
And then we reach out. So why is this important? Is that we are able to bring together all the players in the agribusiness sector and then converge and find a lasting solution. Because what we are looking into is to make agriculture be a living hub that is able to be one of the sectors that is like giving, or rather a backbone to developing our economy.
Yes.
There are other countries who have taken agriculture quite serious, more than taking agriculture as a business. They have taken agriculture, I think, as a breath. Okay. Yeah. Yes. You get to Botswana, you get to Namibia. They are really depending on agriculture. It's now when they are doing certain serious reforms, like in Namibia, Botswana, certain serious reforms in the mining sector.
Okay.
Okay. Just to try and improve, issues surrounding tax. So that there's a positive contribution towards the economy.
Yes.
In terms of budget support.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's what we are doing so far by just bringing the stakeholders to help us where we are having deficiencies and gaps,
Yes.
to help us with facilitations, having conferences, having meetings,
Yes.
and symposiums, so that we bring all the players together.
Yes.
There's also an important area, I think, where we are also coming in handy, R&D, research and development.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as government, I think we have serious institutions. For example, Zambia Agricultural Research Institute.
Yes.
Those are more into, doing research in the line of agriculture, so that they can advise correctly the farmers to say,
Yes.
these technologies are better place to help you. We have ACCI, the Seed Certification and Control Institute.
Yes.
Okay, it's also doing well in terms of advising or maybe coming up with improved varieties, hybrids,
Yes.
that suit the climatic weather conditions that we have in the country.
Okay.
I think that's a space where we are playing our role as agribusiness specialists.
Dr. Mainza, before we wrap up, or we rather close this episode, any last words, or what is it that you want to put across which you feel is very important, more especially in the area of agribusiness, because that's your area of prowess?
It's been a pleasure to speak to you. These are rare moments to be given such opportunities, because look, our conversation, our discussions have been centered around the lives of the people, around the lives of every individual in the country and beyond just Zambia, because we are talking about agriculture and agribusiness. And this speaks to, food security, nutrition, and also household income and national income as well, because agriculture contributes to the GDP for our country. So now, look, in all that we have discussed, I can say is that we were not so conclusive in terms of those are not just the only defining words to agribusiness, or rather the topics that we were discussing. But there's room. I think we are open.
Yes.
Every time we are here, we are still learning. We don't know it all. We could be specialists in these sectors, but we don't know it all. We are open to any other contributions, suggestions, and subtractions from the individuals that are going to be listening to our conversation. What we must just endeavor to is that let's keep on adding value to people's lives. Let's keep on adding value to the agribusiness sector, because I think for me, life revolves around agribusiness.
Yes.
And by so doing, we are going to touch a lot of lives for the people. Otherwise, you are very much welcome to continue engaging me beyond this. I'm always available, and I always cherish such moments. So to you and your team, please pass my regards. And until we meet again, Thank you so much.
This has been Agricoop Africa, where we talk agriculture. And of course, my guest once again was Dr. Nicholas Mainza from the Ministry of Agriculture, and he is the Deputy Director in Agribusiness. Dr. Mainza, thank you very much for your time, and it has been an insightful conversation. Until we meet again, it's been wonderful, and we look forward to have such conversations once again.
Agri-Talk Africa, the podcast that puts farmers first. We go beyond the headlines to bring you authentic conversations with people driving change in African agribusiness. From financial literacy to climate-smart farming, from the challenges of rural financing to the triumphs of innovation. We educate, we inform, and we inspire. Welcome to Agri-Talk Africa, where agriculture meets action.